Yo ho ho! Welcome back.
Another episode from The Amazing Survivors.
Episode 2, and we're breaking down.
Episode 2, but episode 1 of the show.
Correct. Episode 2 of the overall, but yeah, episode 1 of season 46.
And boy, I suck at this. I think my instincts were opposite, 100% opposite.
Well, I think I was on that same train, because here we thought the purple team was the best. No.
I thought they'd be dominant. They're terrible.
Just a disaster. Orange team is by far the best. They are vibing, like they say.
Yeah. Just shows you like how much more important working together, working smart is than just being strong and good at like physical competitions. Because you got Q he's great. He's still great. I still think he's gonna win, but man, that team can't get anything going.
It is brutal. But let's get right into it. From the top.
Yeah.
Like they land on the beach and Jeff goes into this big old speech.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, they're all nodding along. Like, yeah, that's everybody but me.
Yeah.
I'm going to win.
I love
which is
that
kind of funny.
speech.
But yeah, only one person can win. And like he says, all those people, they think they can win, but according to their personality, they're not going to win.
No.
Even if they got to the final 3.
No. Which, I mean, to be fair, I'm sure I would feel that way too, right? Like, oh, yeah, I'm going to win.
I got on the show. I got this casting.
Yeah, you're looking around, you're like, oh, okay, for sure. I'm like taking it to them and them. But...
Yeah, so...
But there were definitely some people that were just like way too like cocky and just like way too full of themselves, like Jelinski being one of them. Like, man, that guy... According to him, he can do anything. So.
And he never speaks in third person unless it's on Survivor, which is kind of impressive. But it was also funny to watch. There's definitely some people that are very excited and they want all the screen time they can get, which I thought was kind of fun.
Soda.
Yeah, she was a little over the top.
Yeah, for sure.
But hey, she's on the winning tribe, so who cares?
Good for her.
Yeah.
Break down that first challenge.
Well, I thought it was... There's one, I can't remember if it's green or blue, but the guy ran out with the girl, grabbed the smaller of the two pieces and brought it back. And I was like, bro, if you're strong enough to get that, at least let her take that or try and take that. Just manhandle that big piece and get it back. I was very shocked about that one. I can't remember who it was.
I liked Hunter in that. Like, he was the first one out, I think, with Venus, and he just booked it. Mm-hmm. And he's like, hey, dig that hole out a bit. I'm taking this big one. Then he like ran right back to help her. And I thought that was super smart. And then, some of these, one guy had that like little, like that corner piece just on his shoulder. It's like, leave that for someone else. Grab a bigger one, dude.
If you're a guy, you got to step up and grab the big pieces, not the small ones.
Yeah, and then I think it fell apart really for Purple when they just started building it. They couldn't see that pattern on it. They were just lost.
And I mean, that's twice. Like in these, they do not understand puzzles, or whoever they put into the puzzles, they don't understand how to put a puzzle together, which is
for sure
so frustrating for everybody else. For
sure, but I thought Orange just crushed it.
Yeah, they worked well together right off the top, and
they got.
I was shocked. I was like, oh,
right,
suck. I think I'm already screwed on my picks.
I was too. When I was watching that, I was like, oh no.
But yeah, they came through. Green took second, and then they go to Sweat and Savvy. What do you think? What would you choose?
I personally, I'm like a puzzle guy.
Okay.
But I've seen those puzzles before, and they're not your normal puzzle. They're very like detailed, as we saw in this one. Yeah,
totally.
So I think for me, I would have gone Sweat. Yeah.
I'd probably go Sweat as well, just because I feel like I could do all those Sweat challenges. Yeah, it would be very taxing, especially when you don't have your machete or a pot and that kind of thing.
Right.
But I would put myself out there to get it done.
For sure.
Because I wouldn't be a Jelinski.
Yeah. So let's break down the Savvy first.
Okay.
So it was, let's see here. That was Charlie and
Overall
Ben.
guy. Which I like both of them, by
I
the
do
way.
too. I think they're both great. So they go to the savvy one. They quickly find the pattern with the numbers there.
The
right?
dyslexic guy.
Yeah,
finds the
right. He was crushing it. He's just like,
Oh,
oh,
yeah.
there's one. Here's this.
Like, how long did they have to do that?
I don't know.
15, 20
Yeah.
minutes probably?
Yeah, something like that. So
Yeah, he got those numbers so
yeah,
quick.
he crushed that. And then, I mean, Charlie was like pretty good. Once he had the numbers, he was like, oh, we can do like these and
Yeah,
whatever,
the combinations.
which was good. They just didn't see to like take the letters that weren't used and unscramble those to find out.
I probably would have done the same thing,
I
like being
would've too.
numbers. Okay, I can do this.
I would have too.
I would not look at the rest of the letters
Yeah,
to come up with a sentence.
it would be hard.
But now,
yeah,
seeing that, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, what is this?
yeah, you go try like everything, right? So,
Totally.
and like to be fair, we kind of talked about this like on both challenges. You don't know all of the rules. You don't know everything that it tells you and whatever. So
True.
I thought they did a great job. They didn't get it done, but like I liked them. I thought they worked pretty well together. They were like cool and calm. So
And I think they connected at the end.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we failed together, so we're
Yeah.
bonded together in this. So
Yeah.
here we go.
yeah, for sure. So then that brings us to the sweat with Q and Jelinski. And man, that guy, Jelinski is just like, I can do anything, and then he can't. He can't do
But he
anything.
doesn't show up,
Yeah.
as Q says.
Yeah.
Well, talking with you, at first you see the bucket and you don't notice the holes until you start walking back up, and it's like, oh my gosh. And so I thought, okay, if I was going to do that, I'd take my buff, stuff the hole in the bottom so it doesn't drain, use my fingers to pop the other, or take my shirt off and use that to plug 2 other holes and use my other fingers for the other holes and do that.
Yeah.
But
we
you
don't
don't know the
know.
rules.
We don't know if they could do that or not. But yeah, like you're saying, I would just use everything to just clog that bucket up and then just like dump it out, wring out the shirts, whatever.
everything I could to get.
But
the
I do
bucket.
get it if there were like rules that like, hey, you can't do
Yeah.
that. That makes sense too. But still, man, like
tough.
challenge. It
But
would be like
an hour and a half.
disheartening when you're like putting the water in. You're like, oh, this hasn't even done anything.
Well, the other thing is, like, Jelinski says his feet are getting beat up from the sand. Why'd you take your shoes off then?
Yeah.
Like,
Put
you
your
can wear
shoes
your
back
shoes.
on. Like,
And I think I would have also both of us fill up one urn.
yeah.
Okay, this is how long it took us to get one
for
urn.
sure.
This is how much we have left. We got to go.
Yeah.
And you can kind of gauge it from
1000%.
there.
Yeah, for sure.
But-
I think that would have been good. It honestly, that challenge just made me like Q a lot. Like he was talking about, like you don't quit, you don't do this, like, and you can tell he's like go getter. I mean, it didn't really edit it super well, I don't think, because I don't know like how much he was really pushing Jelinski and like, hey, dude, we're not quitting. Let's keep doing this, or like even just be like, hey, if you're not doing it, that's fine, but I'm gonna still try or whatever. He kind of like gave up as well, but.
Jelinski, you're kind of like this year's Brandon.
100%.
Or 45's Brandon.
100%, man.
Which is not a spot you want to be in.
Oh man, yeah, 1000%.
But
But they had so much time in that hourglass.
Oh, I know.
Like so much time left, and he's like, "There's no way we can do this." I'm like, "Dude, you haven't even been halfway yet. You're not even like a quarter of the way. Like,
yeah, just keep going.
keep at it." And then maybe like when you have a quarter of the sand left, and you're like, "Man, we're so far away still." Then like call it.
Yeah.
But like,
And also just what it looks like to your tribe.
yeah,
To not have that self-awareness, knowing, oh my gosh, my tribe is going to be really disappointed. Because now you also can't hide what you've done because someone was there with you.
yeah.
And that's
100%.
kind of a problem too.
And I think that's a common theme with him is really just not self-aware, not aware of like what his actions, what he's doing looks like to the other tribe members. I think he's just so oblivious to that throughout this entire episode.
The whole 3 days.
The whole, yeah.
Good job, Jelinski.
Right.
Because that was just
Yeah.
bad.
So that was that. Obviously, they both didn't get their supplies
No.
from that, but
So that's a huge advantage for Orange, and so I
Yeah,
think that's one
big
reason
advantage.
they could definitely kind of bond over the fire. Because having a fire totally makes you bond.
Yeah, 100%.
You like going camping and stuff?
You could also see it when they like got back and they're just like cleaning themselves off in the ocean, right?
Yeah.
And so blue or purple and green, they have 2 people missing, so they're not like doing that super bonding with everyone else. And then you could tell orange was like really bonding in the ocean. And I think orange is really the only people that they showed at least looking for any like advantages or idols or anything.
Which is funny because Venus is out there searching. She gets caught by Randon, and it's so funny because I think Randon, I wouldn't have been very aggressive in calling her out. Yet. Wait until you lose and you have to go to tribal and just go, hey, this chick's been searching like all the time. And so if she has one, we might as well get her out. So we still have an opportunity to get the advantage or the idol.
For sure. Yeah, I think, I don't know, just looking at the orange team, there's a couple people that made some mistakes. I think Soda's just too
over the top,
too kind of just like fame hungry, it seems. Like she just wants to, I don't know.
I don't think she wants to be a teacher anymore.
Yeah. And then I think it was Liz that said, like when they're in the ocean, she's like, oh, I've got 4 businesses and sold 2 of them. And I think that for sure turned Tevin off because he's like, I'm out here trying to get money. And Liz obviously has money. So I think that could come back to hurt her.
Yeah. For being a business strategist, that's terrible strategy. I gotta say.
I'd agree.
Like I always come up with, I'm a dog walker.
Yeah.
Like come up with something.
Or even say, hey, I've started a bunch of businesses and they've all failed or something.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Like
I have these great ideas, but they don't pan out. But I'm still trying.
Yeah, something like that. I think.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. It does seem like everyone is being way too upfront and.
Which drives me nuts.
Yeah. And like you gotta hold some cards close to your chest.
But maybe that's just me because
yeah.
I don't share a whole lot here and there. I keep things pretty close to the vest, and it's just like, if I found a beware advantage, I'm not going to tell anyone. I was just like, oh, cool, got it. As I keep walking,
right?
Like I'm not going to share it with anybody. So
here's the one thing. Like, I talked a lot of crap on Venus last episode. I mean, she's doing great.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was wrong.
It'll be funny to see, just based on what they showed us for the teaser next week.
Yeah.
Like her, I think the lack of food and water is going to rub on her.
I think so too.
And it's just going to be entertaining.
And you could kind of see Tevin and Venus maybe testing each other out a little bit, where he kind of called her a princess and stuff. And, and then I think it was for the next episode, they kind of clash a little bit. So you can see them maybe testing the waters.
Yeah, because I think they both want to run the tribe.
Yeah.
But Tevin is right now definitely on top.
For sure.
Of doing that.
And I like Tevin. I think he's doing great.
Dude,
and
he's hilarious.
I think he's stellar.
And he's going to go way farther than I ever thought.
I did, yeah.
And it's funny that they opened with his voice explaining his version of Survivor.
Yeah.
And so I thought that was kind of creative on their part.
Yeah.
Instead of just having Jeff always do it.
For sure.
So, yeah.
For sure. Then I guess we can talk about the purple tribe a little bit, that we thought we were going to do something. Oh, and I guess my mistake. They showed Tiffany going for that beware advantage a ton.
Yeah.
So they did have time, but I don't know.
Well, I love. Okay, Jelinski's gone.
Yeah.
Jess is next for sure.
Spoiler
and
alert.
Banu.
We shouldn't get that till the end.
Well, it is what it is. I think the 4, Kenzie, Tiffany, Q, Banu, if they just come together, they could do really well.
I mean,
and they're definitely there.
Yeah, they're for sure there, and it's just so annoying to me because Jess seems pretty fit and good, but she's just somewhere else.
Yeah.
And she keeps saying that, and that's kind of one of the things too. Don't say that to every single person in your tribe.
Well, I'm just surprised they didn't vote her out because I would at least keep the the strength with Jelinski, because
But
you
did
could
he
see.
have any strength, man? He just gave up on. Well, I guess like maybe we should talk about the journey first before
Oh,
diving
gosh.
into all of this, because so like the journey, it was Jelinski who, surprise, surprise, volunteers
And kind of pushes his way,
yeah,
which is always dangerous. That always puts people off in the tribe because everybody wants to
100%,
go.
100%. Then we got Tevin in there and Maria, right?
Mhm. Yeah, mom
It's tripping me up that there's Maria and Mariah
on the same
on
tribe.
the same tribe.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. Would you want to go on the journey or stay
Um,
back in camp with the
At this,
people?
oh, man, that's a good question. I would probably want personally stay back.
Me too.
I would stay back because I think just for me that like lends to my strengths more, and I think it's more important at this stage to make friendships than to go on a journey to
Maybe get an advantage.
maybe get an advantage, maybe not. Like
Yeah, I would totally stay back, build relationships for the long game.
yeah,
Because I feel like going on a journey is really short. Yes, it can help your long game, but it's really short-term detrimental
right.
to your game. And so if nobody else wanted to go, I would step up and go, okay, I'll go.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, what happens,
Mhm.
and then we'll go from there. But I would
For
stay
sure.
back.
I agree with that, and I think that could have helped Jelinski a lot if he didn't
Oh, yeah.
go. But so they go. The challenge is that like little card thing. There's a torch. What was the other one?
A skull,
and
then a parchment with a pen.
yeah. And so you basically have to convince the torch person that you have the parchment. And so
Okay, first impressions of that.
So I actually think that's a real fun game. I think that's way cool. I love it. It reminds me of
It's so
those.
funny.
It reminds me of those games like Mafia and like Werewolf and stuff like that, where you have to like you're just like trying to deceive everyone, and it's just kind of fun. So I liked it.
I hate it. I absolutely hate it. Probably because I'm not that great at that game. Like, yeah, I can lie to people and probably convince some, but I would much rather try to figure out a puzzle and work with these people versus, okay, I'm gonna try to lie to one or both of you.
Yeah,
And I just feel like that's gonna come back and just bite you so bad
for sure.
in the long game.
For sure.
And it's just like,
And it kind of puts that person that gets the skull at a disadvantage because
Oh,
they're the
huge.
ones that has to like lie and
yeah,
everything. So
lie, and then once you go back, the other two already know you lied.
yeah,
And so you go in the merge and you're already down
Yeah.
2 people
for
and
sure.
they're gunning for you. So
Yeah, I think it, as far as gameplay goes, it definitely sets the person up with a skull at a disadvantage.
yeah. So
But-
I didn't like it.
So Maria got the torch, so she just really didn't have to do anything. She just had
Yeah.
to choose which one was telling the truth, which one was lying.
Which I also don't like. If you have to fight for everything,
Yeah.
but yet you just happen to draw this one,
Yeah.
I don't love that.
Tevin got the parchment and Jelinski got the skull. So he had to convince Maria that he
That he had the
had the
parchment.
parchment, which honestly, like shout out to Tevin on this one. I think if he had the skull, if like no matter what, he was winning that.
Yeah.
Like,
Which would have been hilarious
Yeah.
to see.
yeah, he did
Especially
great.
long game.
He did great, but he got the parchment, so he didn't have to lie. But he did really well in like defending his position.
Yeah. And he had the easier position because,
Yeah.
oh, you're giving me the truth?
Yeah.
That's easy. And I feel like
For
when
sure.
you're talking to people and they're telling you the truth, you can definitely feel it.
Yeah, you can.
Unless
pick
they're a
up.
super manipulator.
Yeah.
But even then, you might have a little something in your gut. saying,
So how Jelinski do that?
Dude, Castine, I'm sorry, but I don't know what you saw in Jelinski because he seems so bland, so boring. I don't know what you saw in him,
Yeah.
but it's brutal. And right off this, I'm sorry, if someone says, I'm not going to lie to you, I already know you're lying.
yeah,
I
right.
already know. That is rule number 1. You cannot say that because I already know you're lying.
Yeah,
Stupid.
so dumb.
So dumb.
Yeah, so I agree, 100%. He did not convince anyone of anything, and then
No.
he's just like, okay.
Yeah, and then he folds.
Then he folds. He doesn't
Which-
even like take it to the very end. He's just like. So now we got him quitting on the sweat challenge and basically quitting on this journey.
Yeah.
Which both things he kind of like volunteered for and like fought to be on. So not a good look.
2 strikes.
Not
Good
a
job,
good look.
Zelensky. And then he comes back and he tells everyone that he gave his vote away and gave them, both of those, an extra vote, which is absurd. Like, at least make up a better lie.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, we went on this journey, we had to make a choice, I lost my vote, but they probably lost their vote too, because we all lost.
Or
something.
Or just say, hey, like, this is exactly what we did. She didn't think I had it, and so I lost.
Yeah. Don't say
I purposely gave up. Like, oh my gosh, dude.
She chose the other guy and she was right, and boom, there it is.
Come on, man.
Yeah, he's brutal. But then, Maria, why are you going back to camp and saying you got an extra vote?
Yeah.
Holy smokes. That's one thing I do not like about this Survivor.
I do not know if anyone has lied this season. Charlie lied about I don't think he told them he was a lawyer, right?
I don't think so.
I can't remember, but
either way.
That's like the only like come on, people. You're playing a game for $1 million here, like.
And it's a game of deception.
Yeah, you're not.
But yet, you're not really deceiving anyone very well.
Yeah.
And it's okay to omit things.
Yeah. Like,
don't tell them.
Right.
Who cares? Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
it drives me nuts.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, green team, they seem to have bonded pretty well. A lot of them over being parents, right? I think it was Tim, Maria, maybe Maria too. I can't remember.
Tim and Maria for sure.
Yeah.
And I can't remember if anyone else had kids. I don't think they do.
I don't know. I kind of, I guess, lost them a little bit in this episode because there was so much with purple, and I was so surprised that orange was doing so good that I don't remember much about it.
The only other thing is all the girls are coming together and they want Charlie and them to be Charlie's angels.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
And Tim wants to vote a girl out.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't see Charlie. I think Charlie is getting sucked in by the girls, but I don't know.
It's great. It's kind of a great place to be for Charlie.
Yeah.
He could kind of work both sides there.
And he says that. He's like, oh, I can go either way.
Yeah.
But don't screw yourself in the short term for the long term.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
So.
So then I guess that takes us to the challenge. Right?
Immunity.
The immunity challenge.
What do you think of those geckos?
Honestly, that would be hard, man.
Those things are
500 pounds.
freaking huge.
So you had to untie a 500-pound gecko, get it up and over like a
wall,
a
wood wall,
back down through like a tunnel, and then
with rope,
and then chain it up, and then get up this thing and like do a puzzle.
You had to put the gecko's head up the last wall and chain it up, and then do the puzzle. And holy crap! Hello, purple. Most of the weight is in the body, not the head.
Yeah, they were.
Oh my gosh!
So like right out the gate, Orange just flies with this thing, which is crazy to me because like you look at their team and they're pretty small people, like Tevin, Venus, like they're not like big buff people, but
they moved that
man,
thing.
They did. They crushed that thing.
Oh my gosh!
They just knew like get it up and over, flop it down, get going.
Yeah.
So
they worked so well together.
Man, that was impressive for sure.
Like once they got through the tube, like basically once they got over the wall, it was over.
It was.
They were so far ahead.
So over.
Yeah.
I think they got like to the puzzle before Purple had it over the wall.
Did even Green have it over?
I think so. I think they all were done. Purple was just trying to pull the head.
If they were choking the gecko, they would have won.
Yeah. Here's the wall. The gecko's head was here, and they're just like trying to pull it over. I'm like, there's way too much friction. There's dude.
Yeah.
There's
the weight
no
balance,
way.
Brutal.
But they finally got it over.
Thank goodness.
But yeah, by that point, it's like they're
so far behind.
There's no way.
And then, strategy-wise, like, Jess, if your headspace isn't right, don't do a puzzle. And Zelensky,
don't do a puzzle.
Don't do a puzzle. Because it looked like Kenzie it looked like she was pointing out puzzle pieces to put
For
together.
sure.
And
Jess and Jelinski just look so lost.
yeah,
The whole
yeah. Jess got a few pieces in, good job, but
Yeah. But
Jelinski
Jelinski was
was
just
just-
standing there.
who knows what
And
he
like
was.
handing pieces to Jess. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I would
so-
step up and do the puzzle, but I feel like I'm pretty good at puzzles.
Yeah, same. I would just crush that. Like,
Yeah.
it's not a hard puzzle.
No, get the edges, boom, up you go, and they're huge pieces.
Yeah, super
Oh my
easy.
gosh.
Orange
So-
crushed it, obviously. They did great on the puzzle, on
Yeah.
everything. Green did great on everything as well.
Yeah, and too little, too late. Like it is what it is.
Yeah, for sure.
So they go back to camp, and Jelinski,
Oh,
you're going to lay down and not go with the tribe to water or wherever they're going?
right?
Man, what a rookie.
And Jess even calls him out. She's like, do you think this is best for your game right now to just lay down instead of being with everyone? And he said yes. Like what? And then he like said something like, oh, I think it's us two. And then he's like, I don't think it's us two. I'm just saying that to like make her think that I'm a little worried. I'm like, dude,
You should be
you
worried.
should be worried.
You 3 strikes, dog, and you're done.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Do you like the Beware advantages where they have to do so many things?
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't like them.
I don't love it either. I would almost rather have them go back to you find a clue
Yeah.
and you have to kind of decipher that clue. Okay, it's at the point, look around there kind of thing.
I agree. Or
you
just
know.
like look for an idol or something.
Yeah.
I think the Beware advantages were like kind of cool, but at the same time, there's just too much.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I don't love it that so many people are losing their vote.
Yeah,
I don't know.
for sure. But
Not my favorite.
I mean, that's basically after that challenge. That's all it showed was Tiffany running around
Mhm.
trying to find it with like Kenzie just following her
Yeah,
around.
kind of just like,
I
oh,
don't
a
know.
cat follow you, where are we going?
Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't
yeah, it
my
wasn't-
favorite.
no.
It showed that, and then it showed Jess just kind of like losing her mind. And,
It did also show Q, Banu, Tiffany, and I think Jess talking. And this is where Q needs to take a step back and go, okay, it might not be what I want right now,
yeah.
but I'm going to go with these guys and vote this person out.
Yeah.
And then in the next one, hey, I went with you guys. Will you come with me and trust me on this vote?
Right, because
vote this
they
person
were
out.
wanting
Jess out.
Jess out.
And I would have done the same
Yeah.
thing. I would have gone with Jess, get her out. And if you lose again, boom. Jelinski's an easy vote, get him out. You already know that the idol is secure. He
Yeah.
doesn't have that.
Yeah,
So
I agree. I do think, like, as far as their success goes, that Jelinski's more of a hindrance than Jess is, just because he just sucks. I don't know, but I think they can mitigate that a bit, like on another thing, like if he volunteers to be like, no, you're not going.
yeah,
And
just
someone
go.
else step up and
Just
and
like
take
group
it,
decision.
right?
Sorry, you had your chance. You're
Yeah.
out.
Yeah,
We can't take that chance anymore.
for sure.
But then they go to tribal, and Jelinski is just not aware of how he's
Holy
coming
crap,
off to anybody
no.
or how he sounds. It's
But this is
unreal.
my favorite part was the tribal, because Jeff did not hold back. Jeff was like calling him out left and right. He's like, I never give up, and Jeff's like, hold on, didn't you give up on the sweat challenge? Like, it was, oh, I loved it.
I love it when Jeff finally calls people out, and he
Yeah.
said, or before the season started, that he's getting his edge back for that,
Yeah.
which is great because some of these people definitely need to
like
have
Jelinski, he's
their feet put to
clueless.
the fire
Yeah,
and go step up or pay the consequences in tribal,
yeah,
and everyone's gonna call you out on your actions.
for sure.
So,
I just wish Q would have called him out sooner.
Mhm.
Because, like, in Q's whole talk about the sweat challenge, he was kind of like, oh, it was hard, blah, blah, blah. We decided not to finish. I'm like, dude, and maybe they edited the show differently, but I was like, no, like, this was all Jelinski. Like, why aren't you being like, he quit on me and, like, I can't
Yeah.
do it myself, so.
yeah, sometimes I wish they.
Especially if you know you're voting for him. I don't know.
Yeah.
And you know he doesn't have a vote. Like,
It's so funny because I wish they would like put out special features or extra features, whatever, and you could see a little bit more of what they didn't put in because of the edit, just to kind of clarify that. But yeah, seeing Jeff go at him was hilarious.
I also loved
it. Was awesome
when he kind of was throwing Jess under the bus, like, oh, we were doing the puzzle and the challenge and blah blah blah. And then Jeff is like, you're working real hard to try to get Jess in there with you. I was like, oh.
And she's like, I don't want to be in there.
Yeah, I know. But then she's like, but my mind is like, I don't know what's going on. I'm like, oh my goodness.
I know.
So don't say that. Like,
sometimes the best thing you can do is keep your mouth shut.
Yeah.
And just let things pass on and live to fight another day. Jess, you did. Yeah. But yeah, overall, the whole trial, Jelinski, you look brutal, man. Just brutal.
For sure. But I can see it going like the Yellow Tribe last season, where it's just 1 and 2 quick, gone.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So,
but then the last thing after during the credits, Jelinski, huge blindside.
Yeah.
God, that was no blindside. Yeah. It's a blindside when you're not aware. Of yourself and you can't read the room. That's when it's a blindside, and you are great at that.
And isn't he a salesman? Like a slot machine salesman. Like, dude, what?
You ain't selling a whole lot of slots, buddy.
No.
But,
I don't know. I had big dreams for him to do good, but
Jelinski, I'm sorry, but I don't think you're coming back for season 50 or any season. To be honest.
So then let's break down the
teaser?
Yeah, the teaser for the next episode.
So yeah, it looks like there's a little friction in Orange with Venus saying when she's pissed off she doesn't want to talk. And I'm not sure who was talking to her at that moment or what preceded that. So that'll be interesting.
It kind of made it look like she was like directing that to Tevin. And so I don't know.
We'll see.
Green.
They also showed Kenzie from the Purple saying it's so hard and she's crying out on the rocks.
Yeah.
Maybe she's just missing home. I don't know.
Yeah.
Bonnie. This is my favorite part, dude. Bonnie just going, Jess!
Yeah. During like the challenge.
Because I think Jess made the bridge, puzzle bridge fall, and he gets so pissed. And I love Banu right now.
I do too.
I love that.
Very animated. Yeah. He's like, he cares so much about everyone, but then like that, he has like this short straw.
Yeah.
He just gets so frustrated.
We should have voted you out last time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but Jeff says it's anybody's challenge. So.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting.
They might pull it out. I think, honestly, if I feel like they're gonna lose again and Jess is gonna go.
Okay. We'll go like this. Okay, if Purple loses, Jess is gone.
Yeah.
If Orange loses, it could be Liz or Venus, I feel like.
Yeah.
Maybe Randon, depending on if Venus and Soda get together. But Tevin and Hunter are locked in. Tevin's, because of what Liz said, he's a little fishy of her.
Yeah.
Because he wants the money.
And then with that teaser of Venus getting a little upset, I think you're right. I think it's either Venus or Liz.
Yeah. And then, the last one, I don't know, because if Charlie goes with the girls, and Maria has that extra vote,
I think it could be Tim.
Most likely Tim.
I think it'll be.
But if it's not and it's one of the girls, probably Mariah.
Yeah.
Is who I'd say.
Yeah, Mariah. So,
That's just my.
But it'll be interesting to see next episode.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So, well, that is overall episode 2, but episode 1 for Survivor 46. Share, comment, subscribe, all the things, and let us know what you think. Yeah. Let us know who you think is going next.
Yeah. Yeah, and who's going to win overall?
Oh, yeah.
We're curious.
Let's go, Q.
All right. So.
It's The Amazing Survivors. Yo ho ho. And we'll see you next week.